Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and we're back again with RIPIN, the BA Falcon that's been converted to turbo. It was once a BA XT, and if you guys want to check out those build videos, check out the rest of the channel. But in this video we're doing something that's been a little bit requested from people, is we're going to rip the front bumper off, and we're going to have a look at what I've actually done, the good, the bad and the ugly, because there's a few different ways to set up what we need to set up behind the front bumper. But I'm going to show you guys what I've done and what I would recommend you do and don't do. So yeah, we'll rip this off and we'll get into it. So there we have it, bumper's off. So over there, this is going to get painted soon, don't worry about that. It is looking a bit shabby at the moment, but we'll get there. But before we get into this, I just want everyone to remind themselves that this thing is a nugget. There was always a budget build, it's just something I like to have fun with, but I've sort of fallen in love with it, and it's just fun to mess around with. So the first thing we'll get into is the intercooler. So here we have the ASI intercooler. Now this intercooler is like the cheap one you can get off eBay. It's done the job. Like, I don't have any problem with heat soak, and I wanted this one a lot for the actual size and shape of it. So this one, it's not that tall, as you can tell, because I've got that going on up there, but it is quite thick. But being thick, as you can see in there, you had to clearance out this support here, which I did there, not very prettily, but you have to clearance out a little bit on each side just to make that fit in there. And mounting wise, I'm only using the bottom mounts, because when I originally converted this was a quick job that me and mate quickly did over a weekend, and we just wanted to make sure that the intercooler was mounted and wouldn't move. And if you shake it, it's solid, it's not moving. But all we did was use the mounts out of the kit, as you can see there. And yeah, we pretty much used the stock bolt holes and nuts. But the only downside to that was we couldn't use the under tray, because it just wouldn't get on there. But you know, you got to do what you got to do to get the job done. And obviously I was using the original piping like that from the ASI kit. Now I've upgraded to the plasma man stuff, but yeah, that did the job. And the other reason I wanted to go for this size cooler was to obviously put the gearbox cooler on the top there, because I was always planning to put it there. And when we got it put in, we figured we'd try and get as big as we can, and the only way we've got that going is on an angle, because a lot of people were asking how I made it fit. It's just on a slight angle there, basically sitting straight on top of the intercooler there, and then we used that mount to mount to the horn there too, because you have to move the horn sometimes to get what you want to get done in here. So we ended up going with a PWR gearbox cooler. Well, as I said, I wanted to get something as big as I could, and I knew it was going to do the job to try and look after the BTR that's in there. And the other thing you're going to have to do with the intercooler, and that is this pipe here. You have to bend it out the way. I know it's scary for a lot of people, but you just got to do it, try and do it in one motion, and don't snap it. And yeah, you can get that ready for an intercooler to go in. And the last final thing that people are really asking about underneath here is the power steering cooler. Now from factory, the NA power steering cooler is down the bottom here. It comes across the top there, or down the bottom there. And yeah, obviously you've got all this stuff in the way, so you have to move it or do something about it. Now there's a few options. What you can do, if you're not putting this big gearbox cooler here, because you can put that in other places, you can go over here or underneath the car. So that's another option if you guys want to do that and you want to have a bigger cooler on the front. But if you want to do something similar to this and not this, you can go for a turbo power steering cooler. Now they'll come out and it'll come up across the top here, and it gives you more room. Now I was going to do that, and I did have one, but I ended up selling it to a mate, and I really sort of wanted to get the job done. I was in a bit of a rush, but you know how it goes. I do plan on changing this, but I just one of the more dodgy things, if you can find it. Here we go, I found it. So what I did is that's actually the power steering cooler lines, and I just chopped it right there. I tried to leave as much piping as I could, and I just looped it back around to itself, and that's what I did. Now, would I recommend doing this? No, but that's what I don't mind doing, this sort of stuff, because I like to see, you know, if something's going to break, we'll find out. And it's been a year and a half, and I haven't had any problems with the power steering. It's been taken to events, you know, it's gotten warm. So yeah, it's done the trick for me. I wouldn't recommend doing it like that. I reckon, you know, get something done properly. And you can, so your options for that too is you can put another cooler and put a cooler over here, and, you know, put a gearbox cooler underneath the car. But yeah, that's how we got the setup going for underneath the bumper for RIPIN. I know I missed a few things in the original videos and covering that sort of stuff, so I'm hoping that this has helped you guys out. There's more stuff coming with this thing, so till the next ones, guys, see you later.